stream, and then put this in the middle where you can see your streaming. Just leave it in the middle. I just want to see this lower.
So pull this up.
Let me check your screen now.
Okay.
Or you can go back to the page.
Your OBS page?
No, the YouTube page.
Oh,
It
okay.
will automatic. No, it will automatic show you that it's streaming.
But this is still show me the old one.
Okay.
Although this said live.
Yeah, that's live. You're live.
So
You're
let
live.
me see.
You're live.
No, this was this.
What's this?
So they're hearing us.
Alright, 1 second. So you can record from the desktop. It's the audio. Get the audio.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Wake Up Jamaica, Saturday morning runnings is on Fit FM 96.7. You hear that? Saturday mornings just got a whole lot sweeter. From the green hills of Trelawney to every corner of Jamaica and across the globe, Saturday morning runnings is bringing the energy, the laughter, the culture, and the conversation that everybody at top boat. Catch the unstoppable crew, Sherns, Jackie, Max Boyd, and Lady D. Expect big vibes, real stories, Caribbean flavor, inspiration, and no fun every single Saturday morning. Tune in on Fit FM 96.7 or stream worldwide at www.fitfmja.com. Whether you're there, Falmouth, Kingston, Montego Bay, New York, Toronto, or London, lock in and turn it up. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube. Saturday morning runnings, where culture meets conversation and the vibes never dull. Hey Trelawney, it's Lady D, reaching you straight from New York with love. Catch me every week on Fit FM 96.7 in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. It's Voices with the Lady D on Linkage Radio, streaming live on YouTube. Join me Monday for the Monday Drive from 5 to 7 p.m. and Friday for Center Stage from 5 to 7 p.m. And me just want know who under the mango tree with them iPhone, iPad, and transistor radio? Because trust me, you can't afford to miss the show. Music vibes and real talk every time. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Stay locked in. Trelawney, me love you no bad.
Cooler Runnings Restaurant would like to introduce you to our brand new vegetarian grill and juice bar called Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, located at 1785 Nerid Avenue at the corner of Nerid and Wickham Avenues in the Bronx, across from the original Cooler Runnings Restaurant. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. We specialize in the best authentic vegetarian dishes, which contain no animal byproducts. Our menu includes Ital stew, tofu, veggie chunks, and our exclusive in-house vegetarian patties. For our full menu, you can visit our website at crvgbronx.com, or you can give us a call at 929-265-3392. We are also available on Uber Eats for your convenience. Stop by, and remember, at Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, customer service is our #1 priority.
I can't let you go. There's no way. I'm already still burning. So hold me close, now baby. I do what I'm told. Still learning to take my chances, to take my time, to keep on dancing, to walk that line. Yeah, you got me shifting the paradigm. No longer wishing. You're my lucky strike. Love the way you ride. Look into my eyes, say you're ready to go. $1 million life, we can roll the dice. I like you surprised, but you already know.
I think it's about time I said check, 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 check. Lord have mercy. It is good to be here. It is good to go through uh, the challenges, and it's good to be an overcomer. And I could not do it without you being so patient and waiting. I couldn't accomplish it without saying, Lord, please let this work, and without DJ Linkage. Thank you, Dex. He came in, and we apologize, but we had some technical difficulties. But with Dex's expertise, here I am. So thank you, everybody, for waiting. I decided it's not going to happen today. I'm not going back home. I have to be here with you. And I'm so glad I stuck with it. And so we have so much to be thankful for. It's another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect, broadcasting right here on Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings, Jamaican restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Good evening to you. And also, you know how we say, we are also broadcasting on KVR Radio Network in Cape Cod, covering the globe like no one else can. And Fit FM 96.7 in Stewart's Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. Cool Mellow Radio 92.5 FM and Cool Breeze Radio 99.3 FM. Good evening. I'm your executive producer of Voices with Lady D, along with my husband, Evol Green, as co-producer. Welcome to the show. Well, you know, as always, whenever I have some challenges, I just have to say to you, well, there's an abbreviated version of the show this evening because it's 6:49 p.m. And so I welcome you, and you to the show. So I'd like to start off with notifying you, of course, that we do have our Father's Day special this coming Sunday, celebrated as Father's Day. And we have something special for you. And we'd like to air it early so that we can get a conversation going. And so whatever else I had planned for you, I'm just going to have to forego some of them because they're not going to fit right now. If you catch my drift. You're drifting with me? I'm sure you are. So good evening and welcome to the show. Our telephone numbers are 914-268-6148. That's our direct line, 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. You must be wondering what happened to Lady D. Yes, I have to smile because you know, when these things happen, you don't want to disappoint and you want to show up. And I've been showing up, but somehow something went wrong in my program on my laptop. And so Dex came and saved me. I can't get over it. So good evening, because I know you were all waiting for me on Monday. And I was here. It just wasn't happening. And I had to shut down. But I decided that this evening, I'm not going to leave you. So welcome. So I have to say, those of you who are tuning in online, you perhaps, you know, had to just go through the motions. And those of you who are viewing live on YouTube, well, hey, you stuck with me and me glad so till I feel like my glad bag a bus. Anybody know what that is? Yes. So good evening. Thank you. So I'd like to send my shout outs right now to Pat J, to King, and also as I'm going down, I see King dancing up a storm because he's so happy. And yes, we do have other guests here. I keep saying to my guests that you can't open when you open. All right, when you're watching live on YouTube, if you simply just look at it on the screen without tapping into it and entering into the space, then I can't see you, but you're there. I see numbers here, but the number of people that I'm looking at in the YouTube chat, doesn't mirror the numbers that am seeing as current views. So I want to see you. So good evening to you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's 6:52, and we will start off, as always, with our inspirational zone, where I'm just going to share some blessed gospel music with you this blessed Thursday. And then I head into our main feature because time is of the essence and we've lost some time, and I want to do this right. Once again, call me 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. Good evening, Marie. Nice to see you, Marie. And Voices family. Yes. So let's get on with our inspirational zone. And right after that, I'll present our Father's Day special this evening because we did an interview with a few of our fathers, and this evening you will get a chance to see co-producer doing what he does, and it was really an inspiring segment, and we want to share that with you, so we don't want to waste any time. So good evening, and we also want to have you calling in at the end of our featured presentation to share your heart, not only about the content in the video, but about Father's Day, because we have to big them up. We have to big them up. We have to big them up. It's so important. So welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. We there.
Sometimes you fall, sometimes you have nothing at all. But if you give praises to the Lord, then you shall have your day. Never you waver in the faces of evil. Your Savior shall be there. As long as you stay strong, God is always there beside you. Jesus shine a golden light. You keep me warm in the coldest night, and I shall never shake nor tremble. My shepherd lead the way that's simple. Jesus shine a golden light. You keep me warm in the coldest night, and I shall never shake nor tremble. My shepherd lead the way. Many want money, many want car, but seek ye first the kingdom of God. In the meantime, say thank you for all the things you have done. You taught me so much, you go above and beyond. Never cold and hungry, first thing. The river running, I could never be thirsty. In the darkness of night, I can see my way. And for this I say thank you. Jesus, shine a golden light. You keep me warm in the coldest night, and I shall never shake nor tremble. My shepherd lead the way that's simple. Jesus shine a golden light. You keep me warm in the coldest night, and I shall never shake nor tremble. My shepherd lead the way. My shepherd. Sometimes you rise, sometimes you fall, sometimes you have nothing at all. But if you give praises to the Lord, then you shall have your day. Never you waver in the faces of evil. Your Savior shall be there. As long as you stay strong, God is always there beside you. Have faith, Jesus shine a golden light. You keep me warm in the coldest night, and I shall never shake nor tremble. My shepherd lead the way, that's simple. My shepherd lead the way. 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 Go
That's the voice of Kevin Heath. And this year, set it on your calendars, mark your calendars, make a note of it in your devices, whether you have a laptop, whether you have whether you have a laptop, whether you have a cell phone, whether you have your tablet, whatever you have. August 8th, Saturday, August 8th, will be the Good Neighbors Community Engagement Festival. And as you know, annually we host a huge event in the Bronx. And this year we've made some changes and we're rebranding and bringing community back together. We've been hosting this event and we've gone to other sites and so on, but this year it's going to be right there on Seymour Avenue in the Bronx. And we're planning something great for you. So you just heard the voice of Kevin Heath, who will be one of our main artists. And I just want you to know that it a go nice so till we can't talk about it enough. So please, August 8th, I'll be bringing more information to you as the communications and PR rep. So I'll be doing a lot to bring awareness to the event alongside co-producer Evol Green. So it's going to be good, and we're doing our part to ensure that it works. 1 minute and counting to 7 o'clock. So good evening to Fit FM. Good evening to KVR Radio Network. Good evening to Cool Breeze Radio. Good evening to Cool Mellow Radio. I'm your executive producer, Lady D. Denise Gomez Green. And now it is time for me to take you to our Father's Day special, a special that you to hear. I apologize for that. A special that you will say, oh my, these men, they really spoke from their heart. We like that. And that's our aim, to bring the voices of men to you. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so proud to be hosting this show, collaborating, partnering with husband, and having all of you here as our audience. Father's Day is Sunday, June 21, and all over the world, people are celebrating Father's Day. It resonates a lot with people, and some of you and some of those you know may just see it as another day because life happened, relationships have broken. People have been restored, families have returned, come back together. But there are those who are still struggling. There are children who have no relationship with their fathers. There are families who just have placed them in that category as being an outcast. There are those who are not sure what they're doing with themselves. They are just going through life. A pattern has been formed. In a lot of instances, it's negative, but there are those, Father, who we have to big up, who even if errors were made, hard times hit, they were absent, they have come back and families have embraced them. And we want to say, fathers, we care for you and we want you to step up, step up, step up. So good evening and welcome to our Father's Day special. I'm your host, Lady D. Denise Gomez Green, and we want you to sit back, relax, and hear the voices of our fathers.
Greetings to all the fathers for this upcoming Father's Day. Very special day, and one that is being recognized more and more, because as fathers, some of us we have just not taken up our responsibility. But I don't want to start there. I want to start at the point where I have 3 beautiful children, adult children now, and I will say right up front, I was not the perfect father, but I did what I could. And in conversations with them as adults, they have shared with me the things that I did well and the things that I did not do so well. And yes, I apologize to them for those things that I didn't do well. Advice as to be a father or being a father, you need to be a daddy. You need to be a daddy. And that requires work on ourselves as fathers and dads. And it is a challenging time. I don't know that anything is new under the sun, but what I do know is that there is more revelation, certainly spiritually. As a Christian, I truly believe that the Lord reveals things unto us. And so we're at a point where we're talking about men more and affording that opportunity to look at ourselves and understand who we are and work on ourselves. And it doesn't matter whether you're the dad of a newborn, youngster, teenager, an adult. And remember that your children will always be your children. It doesn't matter how old they become. They'll always be your children. And you must be that daddy that they can go to. But I think that understanding yourself and working on yourself, the data shows that about 70% of us men need work on ourselves. And it's understandable because it's life and we go through a lot of things socially, from the home to environmental and all the things that impact us right through school, adulthood, and working world. So once we do that work, which is continuous, I think we'll make better fathers and better dads. And so on this upcoming Father's Day, I want to let you know that it's all right. Coming from somebody who was able to successfully raise 3 kids who are now working and doing well, it is going to be okay. And for those of you who are grounded in the Lord, look to Him for guidance. And He will show you the way, and He will put the people around you to help you. So I want to say, a happy and a God bless Father's Day to all the fathers, wherever you are, and enjoy the day. Today's your day. If you want to eat ice cream, KFC, you like a nice steak and some red rice, whatever it is, enjoy it and just enjoy the time with your family. For those of us who are fortunate to have family around us, and for those of us who don't have our family for whatever reason, know that there's always hope and there's always restitution, and live in that hope. So all the very best. Have a great Father's Day. Great.
So Cyrus, it's really good to have you, and it is good for us to be talking today about Father's Day.
Oh yes.
And one of the things I heard you say was that as fathers, we didn't get it right completely. Sometimes we did good, sometimes we didn't do so good.
Right.
Yeah. You have 3 children, I have 3 children myself. So you spoke about restitution. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I think in terms of restitution, it could be during the process of growing your kids, or if there's estrangement, there's the opportunity for restitution, because we know for different reasons fathers are not with their kids all the time, sometimes never, depending on what happens. But there's always a way, and we know that there's so many varied reasons. Life isn't linear,
right?
And so you need to live in the hope that there'll be forgiveness and restitution.
Is it on both sides?
On both sides.
Your kids you might have to ask your kids to forgive you.
Exactly.
The things that didn't go exactly how you planned it.
Exactly. And for you to examine yourself, and also to ask for forgiveness, where you recognize that you need to forgive,
right?
Because that's a very, very important thing. That just forgiveness is healing.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I think restitution also in terms of becoming whole, and kind of figuring out those things that will make you a better person, a better man, and a better dad.
As we get older, and our children are now all adults, restitution may be different from when we were younger,
right?
And we could just say, "I'm sorry," and that's it. But it takes work now as you get older.
Yeah, I think even to when we're younger too, it has to be genuine. It has to be authentic. as we get older now, we're now speaking to our children as adults. It's an adult to adult. Some people will tell you that they even move into more like a brother and a sister phase with their children, you know, and so it has to be genuine and authentic conversations, and children are looking for the truth at all ages, and even more so as adults, where okay, you felt when they were younger, you couldn't have this kind of conversation, but now is the time. And that's what I have done is I've had lunch and dinners one-on-one with my kids, as I mentioned earlier on, just have these conversations and be open. Now, it's okay for you to say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable discussing this topic right now.
I like that, because I've had to say that sometimes, you know.
You know, so it's not that you're going to just bare your chest and feel forced to say everything, but it is important to say the things that matter in that moment, and the things that they're looking for an answer that you can provide. And if you can't, just say no, give me some time, let me just think about it, and we can always regroup, because it's ongoing, right? It's ongoing.
So you and I became fathers at a younger age, and even when we're becoming fathers, we were still having the party days, and you know, as young people, not because you became a dad, that doesn't mean that you had given up all of your youth. Yes, we admitted that we were dads. We were still, you know, living the party life to some extent, transitioning. And so in that process, we were raising kids, many of us are young people ourselves.
Yes. And therein lies sometimes too the things when we reflect we could have done differently, you know, and not to stray, but as parents too, sometimes we lose ourselves in growing the kids and, you know, paying the bills and the mortgage and so on, the car payment, that sometimes our kids don't get to see the real us. And it's in talking with our friends, they say, oh, you know, your dad used to do so and so.
Exactly. I'm going through that now. And in fact, not even that, but something I tell my kids, some of the things I experienced when, you know, back when they were younger. And I would tell them, hey, you're privileged to be getting whatever cereal you want in the mornings and whatever middle class life. And I would tell them, like yourself, you know, we grew up not middle class,
but we're also happy.
We were very happy. So now
you have that balance.
I tell my kids sometimes the things that I had to do, and they refuse to believe me. Like, no, Dad, you didn't really do that.
Because they weren't around, right? So they have no kind of concept. How can they wrap their head around this dad?
They can't fathom that, you know, their dad now who seems to be quote unquote successful, and at one point never had light in the house. And so it's a thing for them.
Challenges.
But one of the things that I like us to talk to dads about is like, is it okay or is it not okay that you have to apologize? Because I think men in general don't believe that they should apologize to their children for the things that we have now come to see that, you know, I wish I had done that differently.
Well, some of it is a confusion around masculinity, right? What it means to be a man. I was at a funeral yesterday, and this gentleman was crying because he was so close to the deceased. And this other one was saying, like, stop it, you're a big man. And I'm like, no. It's a God-given emotion, you know, and he needs to express himself. Let him get it out. So
that's interesting right there, because back then we were told not to cry.
Exactly.
How about you? I mean...
Oh, yeah. I grew up knowing all of that, but... Yeah.
Did you cry sometimes?
Yes, and I still do. You know, sometimes I'm praying for my kids, and that overwhelming thing comes over me. You know, I tell people my children, they're my heartbeat. I have 3 of them, 3 heartbeats. And it's my go-to place. But back to the thing of apology too. Yes, I think we have to take objective look at the positives in apologizing. What does it mean? What does the outcome look like? And I think once we get that, then it's good, because a lot of times we don't do things because we're afraid, right? And so I will know what fear does. Right? So that also impacts or affects our ability to apologize. You're not going to be less than.
I apologize. I had to apologize, and it's funny because, you know, when you apologize, sometimes it is received graciously, sometimes it's not.
And that's the fear.
Right. But the thing is, a man has to feel it's okay to say to your kids, hey, I messed up there.
Yes,
And I'm sorry.
yes.
And when I did that, in one of my daughters, like, she said, Dad, thank you. And when she told her friend that, my dad apologized, they were like, oh wow, your dad is cool, because their dad would never apologize.
Yeah.
So there's benefit in that,
And that's one of the things that will make you a good dad.
So, and as you said earlier, that there is hope.
Yes.
Because we may have messed up at an earlier phase of our dadhood.
Yes.
And now we are at a place where, and I think too, when your kids start having kids themselves, they now start seeing, oh wow, so now I know what dad went through.
Well, that happened to us.
Yeah.
When we start having kids, we're like, oh, this is what my father went through.
Yeah.
And for years to growing up, I kind of, like all boys, because this father-dad thing is a very interesting relationship.
Well, you grew up with a father.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. So
okay.
Yeah.
So there's always a power. The power dynamics even increase, or it shows itself at like 16, 17. You're coming in to be a man, and your father said, "No, you're not quite there.
Right.
Hold on."
Well, as I say. I'm not going up with a dad. I felt like I did, but it's interesting that you're saying that.
Yeah.
Because I had to man up on my own based on what my mother would approve of. So your dad was there to say, the man you had kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that went with me and my son.
Yeah.
And he started thinking and I'm like, whoa, you still on the marrow
exactly.
kind of thing. So.
Yeah, so there's that conflict at that point. But you have to work it through. And then, as you said, when you become a father now, you say, oh, that's what dad was going through. And that is what he was trying to teach me. And, So
amazing some of the things that we did wrong.
Yes.
Your son, the redemption is going to come when your son becomes the father or your daughters become parents. I can understand what dad went through, and I can be a little bit easier on him now because
for sure.
Yeah. Let me ask you though, because as parents, you have this high expectation for our children. I mean, I thought my son was going to be a doctor. I thought he was going to be an engineer. It doesn't always go that way. How do you handle that? Because I know your kids are doing pretty well.
You know what? I kind of woke up very early, based on, stuff that I've read and understand that you're there to guide your children and nurture those natural God-given abilities, not to force them into a square peg in a round hole or vice versa. And so, for example, my first girl, when she was doing her undergrad in fine arts, she came to her mom and myself and said, oh, I want to switch programs. This is 2 years in the program on the street. And of course, you're seeing dollar signs, right?
Independence.
And so both of us just said to her, look, you don't want to do this, this area of fine arts. She likes event planning.
Okay.
So we said to her, just finish. And what you do is, do some electives that are related to kind of like marketing, event planning, and so on. And that's what she did. She finished that and she went on to do a diploma in event management.
Okay.
And now she is like so good in it. She works at the bank, she plans their events and so on. So I think that if you can wrap your head around that, and then just to backtrack to what you say in terms of your own personal ambition, where you want to see your children go, because I think I kind of had that for my son, to be an architect, because he was so good with arts. He had a bachelor's in illustration. But just to understand that they have to pursue, find themselves, and what makes them happy. What's the single most important thing we want as a parent? We want our children to be happy. That's it.
Let me ask you this though, because I think when we celebrate Father's Day, it seems to be downgraded compared to Mother's Day. and
I don't think it's downgraded. It's not as celebrated.
It's still being involved, celebrated. So let me ask you this though, because I think that, as successful as a man wants to be as a dad, it's hard to do that alone, and so it requires the help of the mom as well.
Yeah.
How much of a role does the mom play in helping the dad to be the best dad he can be?
I think that she needs to create that space where when there are issues that are better dealt with by dad, she says, Dad, you deal with it. Yes. And have those boundaries. And you don't even have to say it to the kids. You know, some people say, oh, go to talk to your father, go tell your father, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, once she provides that support and, of course, shows respect to her husband or her partner, that's very important, right? Because that's what men look for. We look for respect.
Yeah.
Women look for love.
Right. So thank you for talking to us. We're about to wrap this up, but let me ask you one last question here. What would you do differently now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It is what it is. During the pandemic, you know what? We all had that time to reflect. And I was thinking about the past and certain things, and the Lord said to me, the past is the past, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Live in the present, hope for the future.
Well, thank you, Cyrus. We go a long way.
Yes.
And we became fathers along the way.
Yes.
And
a great job.
now
one of the greatest jobs ever.
Yeah. One of the wonderful things about being a father is being a godly man.
Yes.
And I think we have at even a later stage, we have incorporated that.
Oh, yes.
So,
and our children see it and they know it, right?
Yeah.
I get it in birthday cards and Father's Day cards all the time, thanking me for, you know, just being spiritual and showing them the way to God. Because,
I like to say we live our lives in phases and stages. And so we've been through that phase. And we became the phase of dads. And then we have now become senior dads and more godly dads. So with Christ, everything is possible. Amen.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope to our children will copy some of these godly virtues.
And grandchildren.
You're not a granddad yet?
Not yet.
I'll tell you about it.
Yes. Looking
it's
forward.
a redemption stage.
And keeping quiet. So I'm slowly observing and, you know, hoping. Yes.
Well, Cyrus, thank you for talking to us on Voices with Lady D.
Yes.
And
thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you have a great Father's Day.
Thank you so much. Same to you. Enjoy. God bless you. Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, and thanks for having me. My name is Clinton Madourie, by the way. I'm a father of 5 biological, and we had 2 adopted. I've been father for 34 years. I have 3 beautiful girls, and I have like 4 boys. Being a father is, in the beginning, was very fearful. When I was told that I was expecting my first, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. But I was not trained how to be a dad. It just came naturally. I think fatherhood was meant to be for every man, because, as I said, I wasn't trained. It just came naturally. And being a father, I know to love, but having a child, the Bible says something about agape love. But when I have my first child, that's the real experience of agape love. Having a child, I have that feeling that I would die for them. I would lay my life down for my children. And they're the only people who I would lay my life down for. I'll do anything for them. I've grown to be very proud of my children. Raising them, you know, it's very challenging, especially when you reach teenage. But I also have a 34 and a 32-year-old, 1 girl, 1 boy, and they're now giving me advice. You know what I'm saying? Before I was raising them, giving them advice, but they say it's their time now to guide me. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm listening to them. If I didn't mention before, I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from Jamaica. You can tell by the accent. Anyway. 2 of them were born in Jamaica. Obviously, the 2 first ones. The other 3 were born here. And it's like blended, because the 2 first ones, I was married to their mother. But the other 3, they're born in wedlock. However, there are blessings from the Lord. Doesn't matter how you get your children. God is the one who brought them here. So we have to give thanks. And we have to be proud of them and love them equally. Do not, one advice to fathers, I know in your heart you might have one that is very special to you, but never ever let it be known by the others. Treat them equally. Treat them equally because you don't want to have any kind of enmity between them. They're human beings too, and they will get jealous. So please treat them equally, even though you might have one close to your heart. Okay? And that's my few words for now. Thank you very much.
So, Brother Clint, on behalf of Voices with Lady D, thank you for talking to us today. And it's Father's Day we're celebrating. So I know you have just done a little bit about being a dad, and a couple of questions for you. How do you deal with the hard part of being a father?
When you say hard part, what do you mean?
You know, we don't always have it perfect. There are some tough decisions we have to make sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you do about that?
Well, a lot of compromising. It's hard, you know, when my kids were younger, I used to tell them that I'm not worrying about you now. I'm going to worry about you when you're teenagers, because that's when the challenge will come. And it's just like I told them, we're facing a challenge right now. They are much harder to deal with, especially when they think they're 18. Because 18, they think they reached where they're supposed to be. And they want to, you know, talk back to you. They want to come and tell you, oh, I'm going there without even asking you. They're telling you. So this is very challenging for me.
So I think they're all grown now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful with answers.
And what phase do you think they're grown enough for you to say, okay, do you think? When does that happen?
They have to be 21. 21 is for me.
21
They have to be 21, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And when they start working too, especially. Because sometimes when they're 21, they're still in your house.
Yeah, I was
they're
thinking.
They're not working. They're not paying no bills.
Yeah.
You have to give them that sense of responsibility.
How do you do that, the responsibility phase? What's something that you do? Tell us, as some of the fathers who are listening, and some pointers you have to help your children to show responsibility.
Okay. I always tell my kids you have to be very punctual. You have to handle your time right. Time management is very important for me and my kids. Try not to be late for nothing. And even your dressing, the way you dress, the way you present yourself, it's very important as children, because now there's kids that want to go out any and anyhow.
You're a very well-dressed man. I mean, do your kids dress the way you dress, or do they think that you're old school kind of thing?
Yeah, they think I'm old school. They think so. They tend to want to dress. They want to buy them suits. I love to wear suits. I buy my boys suits. They wear it once, and then I put it on. I have to be wearing them. They wear it by the same size. You know, their hair, especially the hair that they wear nowadays, they say it's hip style, and they're what Gen Zs. They keep telling me that, Dad, it's different times, but I understand. However, the principle of life is the same. It is universal. So we really want to them to emulate certain principle and certain lifestyle, you know, not that the world is presenting to them, but you know, we're Christian, so we want to have them grow up in that, you know, type of fashion, knowing that, you know, the Lord wants you to be modest in everything you do, especially your dressing. We're talking about dressing right now, so you have to look good in the sight of the Lord. And I teach them to respect people. Doesn't matter who, you respect them. you know, and carry themselves well. Yeah.
There's also something that we grew up with back in our days. We learn how to respect people. That seems to be going through the door these days. Young people seem to be not so big on respect.
Well, for my kids, trust me, they're very respectful to people. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I find myself falling out of line, and they pull me back.
No.
I said, Dad, you can't say that. That's not the right thing to say, Dad. And I said, okay.
So you're one of those dads that give your children permission to kind of rein you in, to kind of say, Dad, you're not on track here?
Yes, because they want you to listen to them too. Mm-hmm. And you have to remember that they're human beings. They're little human beings too. So they love when you listen.
You're a modern day dad, because back then, many dads then would not have their children even tell them how to do anything.
Well, like my father, he forced things down my throat.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not living in the past, you know. So it's their time now, so to speak. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to train them. We have to guide them in the way they see life right now. Because back then it was different.
Right.
We didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers. We used to walk to school barefoot. Mm-hmm. When we tell them that, it's like, what?
Right.
They don't know what barefoot in the house.
They can't believe it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you, because for all of us who are dads, we really want to do our best at being dad. Mm-hmm. We don't always get it right. What role do you think your wife helps you to play in becoming a better dad?
My wife, listen, sometimes I step back to her, and sometimes I feel like I'm like part of the teenage. I'm part of the child, because yeah, she includes me in sometimes. She's calling us. She includes me. It's called. Sometimes in the back of my head, I'm thinking that, you know, I want to be on the kids' side.
Right.
You know, so listen, sometimes parents compete. Mm. They want to be the kids' favorite. I find myself doing that sometimes. Mm-hmm. But then I kept myself, no, I have to be on the wife's side, because we're trying to raise them together. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to create conflict between, you know, us, the family. So we're just trying to, we're not perfect, but we're just trying to build a strong standard in the family. Right. And we know in the near future they will be having their own family. So my job is to teach them now, so that they are well prepared when they go out.
Thank you for talking to us. Before I go, one last question. I know now that you're a man of God, you serve in the church. How important is that in being a dad?
We serve in the church and being
a Christian, being a man of God.
Well, first of all, my first office is being a father. That's my first and foremost. That's my priority. Mm-hmm. Working in the church is secondary for me. However, working for God is priority. But working in the church is not necessarily working for God, because when I'm dealing with my children the right way, I'm working for the Lord. Amen. That's number one. So it's a balance. It's to balance that out, and you have to distinguish them.
Amen. Yeah. So, Brother Clint, you said you're a 35-year-old child. You don't look like you are more than 45 yourself. When did that happen?
You know, I usually tell my kids I'm not from Earth, but that's a joke.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, but actually, I'm 56. And I had my first child when I was like...
Do the math?
Yeah, I was in my 20s. And the math... I'm not saying anything about that one, because
you look
it's
good.
On here. It's on here.
You look great.
Yeah. When my daughter, she's 34. She lives in Brooklyn with her mom. Mm-hmm. She's a nurse. And then my oldest son is 32. He lives in Queens. He's single. And obviously my other 3 kids, and the 2 that I adopted, they're home. Yeah, but you know, I try to keep myself to look this way.
Right.
Try to keep up with
Okay, you're good. And I just want to end this by congratulating you in also becoming an adoptive dad. That's much respect for you for that.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It was a challenge. I mean, I don't Lady D known the challenge that we've been through with, especially with the boy. Actually, he's my wife's nephew. Both of them. The girl is my wife's niece, and the boy is my wife's nephew. They were in the system, and it was time for them to get out of the system and be adopted by somebody.
Right. Well, God bless you for that.
So we stepped in and we decided,
Awesome.
And he's the only child that I know of who could choose his name. He chose his own name. He said, Uncle Clint, can I change my middle name to this name? I said, of course.
Wonderful.
And he changed his name right there.
Well, God bless you. Well, thank you for talking to us on behalf of Voices of Lady D. Have a good, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Dr. Thomas, thank you very much for speaking to us today on behalf of Voices with Lady D. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for the honor of being with you.
And it's great to call you Dr. Thomas. Tell us a little bit about
That's
that.
something on a birth certificate. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I actually did my doctoral work in ministry, and my specialization is in suicide prevention. I worked with a youth organization for many years and wanted to find answers to the questions youth were asking, and it took me along a path of doing doctoral studies for the sake of understanding the times and knowing what we ought to do.
Great, thank you. And so now we're talking about Father's Day coming up, and we know we are fathers, and you've been through the stage of raising little boys into grown, successful men. Tell us a little bit about that.
So my wife and I have two sons, and one is going to be 35 this year, and the other one is 32. They are both medical doctors, both married, and both fathers.
So you're a grandfather.
So I'm a grandfather also. Right. But I look back on my journey with them, and I believe, for me, it began with a concept that says we have got to help our children to live balanced life. So Luke 2:52 says, Jesus increased in wisdom, in stature, in favor with God and man. So that is Jesus increased in wisdom, that's mentally, in stature physically, in favor with God spiritually, in favor with man socially. So as we were growing our children, we felt that it was important to grow as Jesus grew. So I wouldn't pull them from basketball because they have an exam. Because they needed both tracks. So first of all, we exposed them to a balanced life concept. Church, well, spiritually, as I mentioned earlier, physically, mentally, spiritually, and socially, and they grew in that light.
Trying to put a child in the way they should go. Huh?
And we have seen them grow and blossom and being able to model that. So I had an idea too when they were growing up, that I had a vision for their own lives. And I would wake them up in the morning and say, mighty men of God arise.
Wow.
So for years, that's the first thing they heard. Mighty men of God arise.
Because life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Words are powerful.
Powerful.
Today, in their 30s, they are mighty men of God. I even tried that with a young man who came to live with us. And he was taking me on at first, and we were parenting this child, lived with us for a few years, and I was waking him up, mighty man of God arise. He wasn't taking me on, but it was seeping into his mind. One day, we were running late, and I was running in the room and called him and said, let's go. He turned over in his half-sleep state and said, Uncle Donovan, what happened to mighty man of God arise?
Wow.
So even that, so we have to speak the word of faith over our children. The other thing is that I found very helpful is that we have to help them to be men and women of character that reflect godliness. So I took time to affirm their character strengths. So if I send them to the shop, for instance, and they brought up I expect to get my change until I tell them, yes, you can keep that $20. or that $5, whatever the case may be. So, and I would also say thank you for being honest. So the character strength that I wanted to affirm in them, and I looked out for character even above performance.
And that is being played out in their lives even now.
I have a confidence that they are men of God who are living godly lives, who are committed to truth and honesty and positive work ethic and those kinds of stuff. So I see them in operation, and every now and then I get a chance to be around them and to see them as father. So they are hardworking. One of them was involved in Medal of the Boys Champs actually.
Oh,
and he was running up
nice.
the hill one day with us, and a dog was coming, and I was driving up behind him, and I was saying, jump in the car. And the other ones who were sitting beside me said, Daddy's not going to stop running. And I said,
Even the dog behind
even
him.
with the dog behind
Wow.
him. And I said, why? And he just said, Daddy, that's not how you train us. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going even with that. And so we've got to help our children to grow through difficulties. And it's from experience we know that ease and contentment don't be character. There's a tough things in life that build character.
So you speak about ease and contentment, because I think us fathers, especially those of us who had a rough time growing up, we want to make it easier for our children. That's not necessarily a good thing.
That's not a good thing, because we're going to spoil them. If anything that comes too easily will also go easily. We have got to help them to earn and grow and give them chores and help them to be able to develop and develop the kind of thing that says, you know what? Life is not a bed of roses. It is Franklin Roosevelt, late President Franklin Roosevelt, who says, a smooth sea never makes a skillful sailor.
So yeah,
A smooth sea never makes a skillful sailor. It's the tough things in life that are going to help to develop us. And so we have to help them. It's okay for them to go through the hardship. Too many fathers try to bail out their children. They must take responsibility for their own lives, and we have to teach them responsibility from very early, that they grow and know that there are consequences for their action, and that we be responsible as fathers. I think there are 4 things that are very important for us as fathers, and sometimes we miss some of those. One is that we are providers. And we love to provide. We want to give them. And we take pleasure in doing that. And I think that's one of the roles of our father. Our fathers don't want to do that. But there comes a time when they'll have to earn. Okay? Then we are protecting our children from the evils in society, from words, from danger, girls from men who want to just defile them, or boys from men and women who want to defile them.
Crazy world.
So crazy world. So I am saying father as provider, father as protector, but father as priest over our households, where we're able to come alongside them and be able to be that support, that agent of healing in their lives. And then the other role is father as prophet. So now, and one of the significant things I've learned is that there has got to be a balance in my prophetic role and my priestly role over my children's life, because there are times when I've got to be very prophetic, thus saith the Lord, and I have to be strong and bold and give directive and make some declaration over their lives. But there are also times when I need to be priestly. Says, come son, help me understand what's going on. Oh, help me understand, why are you hurting right now? And to be an ear and to show that heart of compassion and care. So fathers need to be able to ensure that they manage the priestly and prophetic roles carefully to be able to meet the needs in their families and connect.
Thank you. Dr. Thomas, you had a little bit of an advantage there as being some of the tools that you have used to raise your children, your sons. But there are many fathers who didn't have that knowledge, that education base, that spiritual background to go on. What do you speak to the father now who is not, say, a spiritual dad like you were, or like I am becoming myself? How do you speak to a father then who doesn't have that background? What does he do?
Well, we want to stress the same things. Balance in life. A child needs balance. We want to say, don't spoil the picnic. Do not give the child everything he needs. We want to say, affirm and grow character strengths. We want to say teach them to be responsible. We want to say don't bail them out of situation. We want to say love them. And I want to say to fathers, one of the greatest things you can do for your children is to love their mother.
And I'm glad you went to that point, because I was going to ask you, as good a father as you are, and you may have been, and you are, what role does the mother play in helping you to be the best father?
All right, so before I respond to that, I want to say that one of the greatest things that can help our children is to see fathers love and care for their mother, especially in the context of marriage. You know, there's this care and love and relationship and nurtures, so the children get confidence for life as we do that. But also, there are many times when I have been taught to be a better father behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, not in front of.
So there are times when I get upset. And my wife was calm me down and stuff. I'm sorry, take it easy. For instance, this little boy refused to take his eye drop. He was a little baby and he needed to get the eye drop, and I'm holding him down and insisting to put it in there. But I was just getting too emotional about it, so my wife had to put it down. But there are several other times when she has brought me behind closed doors to say, Donovan, I don't think you handled that thing right, you know. You could have done this differently. And I was lectured. And now I come up beyond strong. So, boys, you know, I really have to apologize.
And speaking of apology, I mean, a lot of men don't do that. I mean, tell us about that.
Man. I mean, I have had to apologize to my children. In fact, one of them, I shouted at him. And he just very calmly said, Daddy, please do not shout at me. I don't think I've done that. I have not. By the way, he's a psychiatrist now. Yeah. So I have not shouted at him. And there was a time when I used to use a phrase in the family. I don't even remember what it is now. But it annoyed them. And they just said, Daddy, we don't like when you do. And I just had to say, I'm going to try. See, I don't even remember what the phrase was. I just read it from my mind. Yeah. So I've had to adjust to be able to meet them at their level. So it's a Chinese proverb that says, if there's somebody over there and you want to get them over here, don't stay over there and call them, but walk over there, hold them by the hand, and walk the path. And I've walked the path with my children. I've been to most of their basketball matches. I have shouted sometimes as the sole father. I remember one of my boys was at university and there was a basketball match and I went there and I was cheering and I said, Daddy, you're cheering for the wrong team.
Are they Knicks fans?
Yes. Knicks fans. And it's a Father's Day moment. I look at Brunson and his dad. And I thought about that, you know, as I watched that and I said, wow, what legacy do we leave for our children? I look back at my own journey and I just see myself in them and I see my father in me in so many ways. And the older I get to realize that I'm like my father. And when I'm around them and I'm seeing them with their children and I'm there at their home and the boys are getting up and making breakfast. I am happy that when they were teenagers, everyone had a breakfast day. They made breakfast for the family. There were 4 of them at that time and 4 children in the house. Made breakfast for the whole family one morning per week.
Oh, awesome.
And parents did it one day. So we taught them from that to see them now making breakfast for the whole family at home.
But Thomas, as we're about to wrap this up, I mean, there are some of us fathers who didn't get it right. And how do you suggest we repair some of the damages or the things we didn't get right when raising our kids and now that they are grown adults? What do you suggest?
We want to be very honest and to say, you know, there are some things that I could have done differently. If I knew as much then as I know now, I would have done things differently. Sorry for the pain that I have caused you. I want to ask you to forgive me. I help adults so many times to just revisit those times where they have to write letters to their fathers to say sorry. I teach a course on helping people to be happy. And there are always fatherly issues. And there are many who have called their fathers to repair the breach. And fathers need to be man enough to be able to apologize. And where you can make adjustments, do it. Be humble was it. We didn't get a fathering manual
Right?
when we became fathers. And even with whatever exposure I had, I learned from others. And there were times when I had to ask other people to help me. Like there were times when I wanted to get something done, but as a father, I was not the best person to be able to get that done.
Wow.
So I came to somebody and said, that boy over here is my son. I'd like to do this. Please help me.
Wow.
So I look for the power brokers in my children's life
Awesome.
to be able to do it. And I recognize from early that it takes a village.
Takes a village.
To raise a child.
And we're glad you're in the village today.
God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thanks
Now, before we go, how do we get someone to talk to you if they need help, as you know, repairing some of these breaches and some of these issues that are just need professional help to get with?
Lady D, the voices of Lady D knows where to find me, but it's CLI USA2018 at gmail.com, CLI 2018 at gmail.com, or 347-833-2444. Choose Life International.
Thomas, it was really great having you. Thank you so much for talking to us, Lady D.
Thanks for the honor.
Happy Father's Day to you.
And to you too.
And I hope
enjoy.
We will do more of this.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Well, 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 that was our Father's Day special. Fathers Speak from the Heart. So we had Cyrus, we had Clint, and we had Dr. Donovan Thomas. And I hope that those of you who watched, you saw 3 men sharing about fatherhood. They admitted they didn't always get it right. They also thought that it's so important for the mothers to be a part of the dynamic. And as we are here this evening and we want to really extend, Father's Day greeting to all our dads, we invite you to call 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. The lines are opened and I invite you to call. You can make a comment on the video or you can extend, some kind of love and support and just to big up with Father them because they need it. There's no manual for them. And a lot of men have just had hits and misses. And we want to say we understand, but are you opened to change? 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. This is Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Stick and stay with me. Don't go anywhere. The lines are open. You don't have to wait. Give me a call.
Cooler Runnings Restaurant would like to introduce you to our brand new vegetarian grill and juice bar called Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, located at 1785 Nerid Avenue at the corner of Nerid and Wickham Avenues in the Bronx, across from the original Cooler Runnings Restaurant. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. We specialize in the best authentic vegetarian dishes, which contain no animal byproducts. Our menu includes idol stew, tofu, veggie chunks, and our exclusive in-house vegetarian patties. For our full menu, you can visit our website at crvgbronx.com or you can give us a call at 929-265-3392. We are also available on Uber Eats for your convenience. Stop by and remember, at Cooler Runnings Vegetarian Grill, customer service is our #1 priority.
And I'd also like to compliment publicly co-producer Evol Green. He did a remarkable job. Thank you, co-producer. And I tell you, he's just rolling here. You all saw the interview with him recently where he shared a part of his story, his life, how he grew up and challenges, etc. And we decided we wanted to do this video, and I wasn't going to be the one. It's Father's Day. So I said, no, co-producer, you have to do the interviews. And he just threw his hat and jumped in literally and did that. So we want to commend him. Alrighty. You may give me a call back at 914-268-6148 or 876-219-3474. Fathers, they have hearts too. They have emotions too. They have fears. They have their inadequacies. They have concerns too. And we're raised in a society where the man has to show his strength. And a lot of times we didn't listen. Women don't sometimes listen, especially if things are not going right. Let me go to my first caller and say, welcome to Voices with Lady D. How are you?
Well, so far so good, and that presentation was very strong.
Hello.
I was very impressed by the presentation.
Oh, thank you. MS, how you do? It's nice hearing you.
Yes, I was very strongly attracted to the presentation.
Yes.
The presentation did quite a bit for my learning process.
What
Really
aspect
did.
of it?
Just the way the fathers communicated with their children.
Mm-hmm.
The presentation they had was very strong, very, very strong.
That's commendable. Good to hear. And you think other men there's a takeaway for men in general?
Yes, this was a teaching process.
Mm-hmm.
People who have not done what these men have done might have learned very well watching this program, because it taught me very well.
Mm-hmm. Well, we thank you for your compliments and your, we're never too old to learn, are we, MS?
You're right on point there.
Mm-hmm.
Never too old to learn, because the teaching process do quite a bit for us.
Yes. And again, some men are open to receiving, feedback. Some are not.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think...
All right.
Well, I thank you. I don't have to say another word. It's great hearing you. Enjoy your Father's Day when it comes.
Oh, thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye. All right, that's MS. That's our first caller. Good evening to everyone. If you'd like to call and share your comments, it's Father's Day this coming Sunday, June 21. What are your plans for Father? Or are you, recognizing your dad in a posthumous way? He's no longer here with us, but you have so many memories. And maybe there are people who wish they could have their dad here today to say, I am sorry, or I now understand, that kind of thing. Because when you're not walking in a shoe, you can say anything you like. But once you become a parent, life changes. That page in the book that you've seen for so many years, when it flips, the script is not the same. So welcome to you. It's 4 minutes and counting to 8 o'clock, and we're wrapping up soon. But if you'd like to call, we would love to hear from you. I want to say hi to Barb's. Good evening, Barbara. And let me go through the comments here very quickly, because, of course, we were able to kick things off. And so I'd like to say hi to Madam Ambassador Pat J. Good evening, Pat. Welcome to you. And Marie. And I see Chris Wilby of KVR Radio Network. And Chris comes up right after Voices with the Lady D. So we invite you to stick and stay. And just to let Pat know that, Patty, you are calling me on the wrong device. I don't know what happened there. Also, Jen says, good evening, Jenny. Jen says, excellent and very interesting interview with intelligent fathers. Happy Father's Day. And what I liked is that it's unscripted. We simply just said, hey, would you like to do a quick interview with us for all three of them? And it worked out beautifully. Also, at the end of the show, I will launch the actual interview. So right now, as you can tell, it's embedded in this evening's program. But as the interview, I want you to go back and watch it. So I'll post the interview and you can all watch it, and I'll be posting them separately as well. So you can get a chance to hear Clint some more, or to hear Dr. Thomas some more, and to hear Cyrus some more. Good evening to Madam Ambassador Pat J. How are you, Pat?
Good evening to you, Lady D. Gomez Green, co-producer and the Voices family.
Yeah.
I am well, thank you. How about you?
Good. Need I say anything else? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, co-producer, have it down pat.
I tell you.
Oh, yes. He's a winner.
Yes. Co-producers
I enjoyed the interview. Oh, definitely. But, Lady D, there's no manual to prepare us to be a parent, whether to be a mom or a dad. Mm-hmm. We learn through trial and error. Mm-hmm. We also learn from our grandparents, aunties, uncles, whomever. But I love the interview. I love the doctor.
Dr. Thomas.
Yes, that he also learned from his children and how his wife had to chastise him, put him in the room and chastise him. To let him, because as Caribbean parents, especially the men, they like brute force, and so they like to lay down the gauntlet. And the kids of today, they will tell you, "Oh, Dad, you don't have to shout. Why you have to raise your voice? I'm right here. I'm not over there."
Yes, I'm not deaf.
Yes, but I'm glad how he was able to take it in stride, that he was able to learn from his children, and the roll call, the wake up call, mighty men of God,
arise.
Arise. And that carried them throughout their lives.
Absolutely.
But it's really interesting, and just listening to him, and I hope other fathers would have had the opportunity to listen to this interview this evening, especially the ones who are not making it right. But, it takes a special man to be a dad. Any man can be a father, but it takes a special man to be a dad. I was watching the champion of heroes coming up there, the Cannon Hall this morning, and just looking at the relationship between Jalen and his dad, it just speaks volumes. So he had to have set the right tone and the right pace, for his son to be, I would say the perfect man he is today, So it is so very important that the right tone and the right example is set, because young people today need role models. They need good role models, even though you cannot really place a value on men, because some men, the flesh will fail you. You look up to certain individuals as an idol, and yet they fail you. And it's kind of, like crazy. But in the spiritual realm, in the church, we need some good role models. Men who are not afraid to stand up and be a man, and to show that, yes, men will break.
Yes.
People will break. Yes. We don't have it all together. But there are times when we will break, when the pressures of life
Will
when the
hit.
stresses of life
Yes.
get to you,
Mm-hmm.
you will
Mm-hmm.
break. But we have to have a foundation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have a
Yes.
strong
Yes.
foundation that we
Yes.
can lean on. And when
Mm-hmm.
you have your family, when you have good church support, you have to
Mm-hmm.
have a good support system,
Mm-hmm.
a good family,
Mm-hmm.
a good family system that will be there for you, because so many people are cracking under the pressures of
Oh,
life.
Pat, I tell you. Mm-hmm.
They don't know where to turn. They don't have nobody strong enough for them to,
Yes.
hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
And when the ship is sinking, you need a lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have someone who will be able to throw out a lifeline and
Yes.
say, hold on,
Yes.
hold on, hold on a little
Mm-hmm.
longer. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to help you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what the young people need today. I am
Yes.
just so drawn these days, to extend an olive branch to the young people, because they are the future. And if we don't set the right example, the right
Mm-hmm.
tone, the right pace for them,
Mm-hmm.
they're just going to crumble.
Mm-hmm.
We adults, we are crumbling already. So, and we are
I
passing
tell
some
you,
rough
Patty.
times.
Mm-hmm.
So what is going to happen to the younger
Yes.
generation if we
Yes.
don't set the example for them? We got to let them know that life is not easy. The stresses in life is not easy, but the race is not
For
for
the
the swift,
swift,
but for
right.
those who can hold on.
Mm-hmm.
We have to hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
those
Thank
are
you,
my few
Patty.
words.
I'll take the
Yes,
few
you're quite
cents you give
welcome.
me.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes. And again, happy Father's Day, co-producer. And happy Father's Day to all the men in the chat and the Voices family. And to Dexter, even though he's not here, happy Father's Day to all those special dads out there.
Yes.
Enjoy your special day.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate you.
You're
All
welcome.
righty.
Sure, definitely. Okay, bye-bye now.
Yes. Well, we're wrapping up now, but we just want to wish our fathers a wonderful Father's Day. I don't know if there's anybody else who wants to call. Chris Wilby comes up next, but some of us didn't have the opportunity to be raised by our dads right throughout our lives. Some dads separated from their mom, right? Divorce, death, or fear, pressures of life. Did you know that some men, my husband and I were talking, and, I was saying that when the going is good and you're having a physical relationship to the point where a woman becomes impregnated by a man, during that time, the going was good. Nobody thought about the possibility of a woman becoming pregnant in that relationship. And so, when it is discovered that she's pregnant and she goes to him and says, oh, I missed my cycle and I did a test and I am pregnant. Here is the result. It's one of two things. It's either he's going to say, okay, we're going to go through this together, or he runs. And when he runs, it's because fear has taken hold of him. Did you know that? Because all kinds of information is now moving through his thoughts. What have I done? I don't have no money. How will I manage? My family going kill me. All kinds of things happen and MIA, ghosting takes place. But sometimes they come back. Others may not come back. And if the family is not there to say, we'll help you pick up the slack. My son has done this, but then it's gonna help. But man, if there's no support. So we just want to commend the fathers who, though it was difficult, you stuck with it. You had women who mothered your children and you appreciate them for it. Or you wronged your children and at some point you had to say, I need to do right. And they may not want to hear you. Depending on the situation, they may not want to hear you. The most important thing is that you make the approach. You say something. Good evening once again, MS.
Yes, I just wanted to comment on what you just said on the radio.
Okay.
If a gentleman is dealing with a lady and she now misses her cycle and she's pregnant, what did he expect? If you have sexual intercourse, sooner or later she's going to get pregnant.
Unprotected
so he should not
sex.
have been having sexual intercourse with her if he didn't expect her to get pregnant.
Yeah. But in the normal course of things, that's not how normal human behavior and, reaction, response. We don't think that, MS. We really don't. You're enjoying yourself. But that part of our makeup, it doesn't come in.
Well, the way I look at these stories, that if you're having sexual intercourse, expect to have pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do not expect to have pregnancy, you should not be having sexual intercourse.
I hear you, sir. Send it out there for me because you have the young men and older men as well. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, MS.
Okay.
All righty. Okay, so I just want to, say to our men that whatever you need to do, if you have not already done it, please go make restitution where possible. And for those of you who have always been there for your children and for the mother of your children, because I think a lot of times it's because women end up having to struggle on their own. Why the resentment and, the uproar about not recognizing men or not lauding men for Father's Day, all those things come into play. But I just want to remind you that the fact that you were able to have a woman conceive, God gave you that gift, that blessing, that child or children, because there are people today who would sell any whatever, all the properties they have and wealth to have children. But we wish you a wonderful Father's Day. We're not beating you. We're lifting you up. And so thanks once again to Dr. Thomas, to Clint, and to Cyrus for speaking from their heart. And we're wrapping up the show now. Gotta go. But I want to say thanks to my audience for sticking and staying with us here on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. This has been another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And I hope to connect with you on Monday to do it all over again on the Monday Drive. To KVR Radio Network, to Fit FM 96.7, to Cool Mellow Radio and Cool Breeze Radio. Thank you so much. This is our host station, Linkage Radio. And we thank you for just hopping on, hopping off. You hop on again, you hop off again. To our audience on Fit FM, we're going to be live with you on Saturday for Saturday morning runnings. And we invite everybody tuning in to log on to our YouTube channel, Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Don't forget, spread the word, like, share, subscribe. to Voices with Lady D. So me I can go up now. Go on up, galang up, go up. Go on round, go round, go up so. Go on cross so da 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 da. I'm gonna leave now. But blessings to you and thanks to everybody for just being nice. It don't hurt, to be nice. So thank you. So once again, this is Lady D signing off. Remember, your life and your time are gifts, so make them count. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. And dads, especially to you, enjoy your weekend because we don't know what they're going to do with you, how it's going to be done, but we want you to have a fabulous time. Blessings, everyone. I'm out of here.